Kailan pala yung midterms nyo, class? Or tapos na? Hello, are you back?
Ongoing pa rin po, sir. Meron pa pong ibang hindi nagpapa-exam.
This week. This week pala siya. We'll just forgo yung schedule na yan, no? Sabay nyo na lang i-take yung midterm saka final. So I'll give 2 sets of exam sa finals. Para I have 3 bases sa grades mo together with your participation sa class. No? Kasi we have to catch up. Ang daming cancellation ng classes natin, right? So, ganun na lang para makakatch up tayo. Okay, so let's continue. So, the rest of the types of income. So, we have annuities and proceeds from insurance. So, notice, ang rule dito, pag yung na-insure na person ay nawala, okay, yung proceeds na yan is exempt. Okay, the entire. So, none is taxable. Okay? So, I think tama lang kasi that's, for consideration of the person na nawala. Okay? Medyo hindi naman makatarungan na namatay na nga yung isang tao, then yung proceeds sa life insurance niya ay ita-tax pa ng government natin. Okay? So, I think the government is very good for exempting yung proceeds na yan. No? Now, if the person outlived, no? Okay? Kung buhay pa yung tao, tapos na binalik sa kanya yung proceeds ng insurance, exempt daw yung amount na ni-return as premium. If you're not familiar, class, ang ibig sabihin ng premium sa insurance, yan yung binabayad mo periodically to keep the insurance contract. So, ibig sabihin, kung binalik lang sa'yo ang binayad mo dati, there's no income sa portion na yan. That's why the amount returned as premium is exempt. However, yung sobra niyan, yung sobra ng amount returned as premium is considered interest income, which is taxable. Okay? So this is very straightforward. Illustrate natin. Mr. Santiago purchased a life annuity for 100,000, which will pay him 10,000 a year. The life expectancy of Mr. Santiago is 12 years. How much ang included sa kanyang gross income? So what's the rule? Out of the proceeds na 112,000, that's 12 years times 10,000 per year. Ang taxable lang yung sobra or yung in excess ng premiums na binayad mo. So yung premium is 100,000, di ba? So the excess of 20,000 should be part of the gross income. Okay? So ang sagot is letter C. So nothing complicated about annuities and life insurance premiums and proceeds. Okay? Punta tayo sa prizes and awards. Ito na-discuss na natin to before nung nandun tayo sa individuals, prizes and awards. So generally, taxable yan. Okay? Generally taxable. Okay? So, kung derived yan from labor. No? So, notice, kung ito yung mga taxpayers, resident citizen, non-resident, resident alien, non-resident alien engaged in trade or business. Pag 10,000 or less, that's subject to graduated income tax. If more than that, then that's subject to 20% final withholding tax. Pag non-resident alien, not engaged in trade or business, that's 25% final withholding tax. If it is a corporation, then the normal tax. Ito yung tinatawag natin ng RCI. Okay? Yeah. Ano nga ba yung mga exempt na awards and prizes? If it is in recognition ng religious, charitable, scientific, educational, artistic, literary, or civic achievements. Tapos, as recipient, you were selected without any action on your part. Kumbaga, the prizes and awards were given to you without you initiating to receive that award. No? So the recipient is not required to render service in the future, substantially. At yung exempt pa, yung granted to athletes, local, international man. Okay? Kaya si Miss Diaz, no? Our golden girl, no? Sa Olympics. May awards yan from the government, exempt naman yan. Okay? Pero yung mga given ng private kasi, hindi naman sanction yun. So, subject yun dati sa donor's tax. Okay? You'll learn donor's tax next semester. That's part of the second course sa taxation. Okay? Pag-sanction ng national associations. Yung kay Manny Pacquiao pala, what do you think? What do you think yung kay former senator? Di ba athlete ito si former Senator Manny Pacquiao. So, let's say lumaban ulit siya kay Floyd Mayweather sa Las Vegas. No? Exempt ba yung prizes ni former senator nun? The answer is taxable yun. Kasi hindi naman yung sanction ng National Association ng Athletes natin. That's a private endeavor. Okay. So, okay? Yeah. At remember yung rule class, pag exemption, strictly dapat pina-follow yung letters of the law. Okay? The spirit of the law should be totally complied with. Diba tax exemption is construed against the taxpayer. If you're entitled to it, then you must fully show na you're really entitled. Kaya pag may missing lang na compliance sa certain condition, then exemption is not available. Okay? Katulad nito, itong sanction dapat ng National Association. Okay? Now, we have a checkpoint question dito. JJ, a member of the Philippine boxing team, received the following during the taxable year. So, magkano daw dito yung not subject to income tax? Which one ang not subject to income tax? So, prize for winning gold in Asian Games, that's not subject to income tax. Okay? That's sanctioned by the National Association, no? Asian Games. What else? Yung hindi subject to income tax. Okay, yung winnings, pero the portion lang ng 10,000 pesos. Ito para maintindihan nyo lalo itong 10K na to, you have to go back doon sa module natin sa individual taxpayers. Nandun yan. pag lotto winnings, the first 10,000 is exempt from income tax. Okay? So, of course, yung cash gift, okay, 100,000. Etong cash gift na to, galing sa SM Foundation, hindi yan subject sa income tax ni Mr. JJ dahil subject ito to donor's tax. At ang nagbabayad ng donor's tax ay yung donor, hindi si Mr. JJ, kundi yung SM Foundation. Okay? At since subject na yan to donor's tax, hindi na yan subject pa to income tax. Otherwise, it will be, subject to double taxation. Okay? So the answer there is 710,000, which is letter B. Okay? Ang not subject to income tax. Pero pag tinanong ka, dun sa example na yun, magkano ang tax-free? Yung talagang totally walang tax. Ang sagot ay itong dalawa lang. Yung 600 saka yung 10,000. Yung 100,000 may tax yan dahil yun nga lang, hindi income tax, but rather donor's tax. Okay? And you'll appreciate that sa next semester yung donor's tax. So that will be 610K, no? Yung totally tax-free. Okay? Yeah. Now, another income is income from any source whatsoever. So all income, as long as hindi siya exempted, okay, under the laws, irrespective kung voluntary or involuntary man na na-earn ng taxpayer, and whether derived from legal or illegal sources, ay taxable. Examples, gains from expropriation of property, income from illegal sources like gambling, kidnapping, yan. Taxable yung mga yan. Yung mga drug dealers, hindi yung example natin, no? They earn a lot of money, di ba? So, are they subject to income tax on their income that they earn from such illegal activity? So, by law, the answer is yes. They are subject to income tax. Yan. Okay? Basta may source of wealth. No? The rule is, kahit saan pagaling yan, taxable yan. Okay? Lahat ng income taxable. Pag hindi ka taxable, you have to show na hindi ka taxable. Okay? Yeah. Now, forgiveness of indebtedness. Kung reduction sa purchase price, it's not taxable. Anong tawag nito sa financial accounting, yung mga purchase discount? They're not really taxable because you deduct them sa yung mga purchase discount sa cost nung binili mong property, di ba? And therefore, they reduce the cost of the property and wala nang income to be declared. But their effect is they're gonna decrease your expenses. Okay? Now, if a debt is forgiven, pero in the form of dividend distribution to a stockholder, then that's a taxable dividend. May utang ka sa korporasyon mo, no? Hindi ka na pinagbayad. Okay? Pero hindi ka naman binayaran din ng dividend. Yun na raw yung kabayaran. So therefore, that's taxable dividend. Okay? So, if ang forgiveness ng indebtedness ay dahil nag-render ka ng service, then meron kang income from that service. That's taxable. Kung yung creditor wishes merely to benefit the debtor, without any consideration, kinancel yung utang. So, gift na daw yun. Okay, so hindi siya subject to income tax. Kasi pag gift, subject siya instead to what? Subject instead to what? Pagka gift to donor's tax. Okay? Kaya pag may nagregalo sa'yo, yan, pag may nagregalo sa'yo, syempre dapat masaya ka. Dahil, economically speaking, may income ka, di ba? Okay? Pag naka-receive ka ng regalo, and in a way parang may income ka, should you be worried about, any tax burden? Pag ikaw naka-receive, should you be worried about any tax burden? Yes or no? Should you be worried? Naka-receive ka ng gift? You don't have to worry about anything na tax burden. Okay? Kasi, hindi mo income yan, so hindi yan subject to income tax sa'yo. At again, donor's tax ang applicable dyan, di ba? And being donor's tax, kanino siya obligation? Being called donor's tax, kanino siya obligation? Doon sa donor. So kung ikaw naka-receive as donee, you don't have to worry about anything na merong tax obligation dun sa na-receive mo. Okay? Walang income tax yan sa part mo kasi hindi naman income. Dahil subject yan to donor's tax. So hindi siya subject to income tax. And being donor's tax, si donor yung may tax burden. Okay? So I hope that's clear. No? Now, recovery of amounts previously written off. Question class. Pag yung accounts receivable, AR, no? Accounts receivable, ni-write off mo, okay? Nawalan ka ng asset. Nawalan ka ng asset. Okay? At sa taxation, meron kang expense. You might wonder, sir, walang expense pag ni-write off kasi ang debit doon, allowance for doubtful accounts, credit AR. That's accounting side. Pero sa taxation side, ang allowance for doubtful accounts, hindi siya nire-recognize. Bawal yun sa taxation. Are we clear? So pag sa taxation, pag nag-write off ka, ang entry mo, meron kang bad debts expense. Credit, yung AR. Okay? Nasundan? Pero what if yung dati mong ni-write off na recover mo? Anong journal entry mo? For taxation purposes. So, syempre, debit ka ng cash, di ba? So, what's your credit? Okay? Anong i-credit mo ng account title? Ang sagot, ang i-credit mo for tax purposes is income. Okay? Ang tanong ngayon, yung income ba na yan ay taxable yan? Okay, let's find out in this part of the topic. Sabi dito, no? Kasama daw yan sa income. Pero, sa year ng recovery, no? To the extent lang na nagkaroon ka ng income tax benefit from such deduction. So ito yung tinatawag class na tax benefit rule. Okay? Tax benefit rule. Wait lang, ulitin natin. Sa taxation, pag doubtful lang na collectible yung receivable, wala siyang entry sa taxation. Pero pagka talagang hindi na siya collectible, definitely, no? So, i-write off mo. What's your entry again? Debit expense, credit accounts receivable. Now, by doing so, pag nag-debit ka ng expense, nagbe-benefit ka dun. Kasi it should be able to reduce your income tax. Okay? Kasi expense yun eh. Nag-benefit ka kasi lumaki ang expense mo, nabawasan yung taxable income mo. Okay? Ngayon, pag nag-benefit ka doon, tapos later on, na-recover mo yung dati mong ni-write off. Okay, dapat daw, yung recovery na yun, you report as income. Okay? Hanggang dun sa nag-benefit ka. Pero kung hindi ka naman nag-benefit, then hindi ka dapat i-tax. Okay, so that's, what do you call yung rule na yan sa taxation? That's called tax benefit rule. Okay? Kung nung ni-write off mo ang receivable, pero hindi ka nag-benefit, later on, pag na-recover mo yun, hindi ka rin dapat i-tax. So ita-tax ka lang to the extent na nagkaroon ka ng benefit. So let me illustrate. This is recovery of write-offs, okay, of accounts or amounts previously written off. So we have 3 cases. Dito muna tayo sa case A. Year 1, ang gross income ay 500,000. Allowable deductions before the write-off ay 200,000. So taxable income, 300,000. Nag-write-off ka, 2,000. Kaya ang taxable income mo na lang, from 300, naging 298. So did you benefit from the 2,000 write-off? The answer is yes, because your 300,000 income has now just become 298. Okay? Sa year 2, na-recover mo yung 2,000 na yun. How much dito sa 2,000 ang taxable? Ang sagot, kung magkano dyan sa 2,000 na yan, ang nag-benefit ka dati. Eh, di ba? Lahat ng 2,000 na yun, nag-benefit ka. Kasi na-deduct mo lahat yun dito sa 300K. So therefore, the entire 2,000 is taxable. Okay? So sa case A, the written off 2,000 recovered is included entirely, no, sa year 2 gross income because the taxpayer benefited by the same extent. Case B naman tayo. Ang gross income mo ay 400,000. Ang allowable deduction mo, 480. Nagkaroon ka pa ng loss na 80,000. Question. Kung may loss ka ng 80,000, magkano ang income tax mo? Answer, 0. Kasi loss ka naman, ba? 80,000. So your income tax is 0. May write-off ka na 2,000. So naging loss mo na talaga, 82,000. Sa 82,000 na loss, magkano ang tax mo? Ang sagot, 0 pa rin. So before and after the write-off, walang nagbago. No? Walang nagbago. So, did you benefit anything from the 2,000 in the form of reducing your income tax? None. Wala. No? So nung ma-recover mo yan next year, yung 2,000 na recover mo, magkano ang taxable dyan? So what's the rule? Tax benefit. Hanggang dun lang sa na-benefit mo. Out of the 2,000, wala ka naman naging benefit. Therefore, ang taxable is 0. So sa case B, none of the 2,000 recovered would be recognized as income in year 2. Without the write-off, the taxpayer would not have paid any income tax anyway. Case letter C. Gross income is 500,000. Allowable deduction is 495. Taxable income is 5,000. Okay? Ang deduction mo for write-off is 6,000. So after that, may loss ka na 1,000. Which ang tax mo na dito sa negative 1,000, 0. So therefore, out of 6,000, magkano lang ang income na nagkaroon ng reduction sa income tax? Answer, 5,000. So how much lang sa 6K ang meron kang benefit? The entire 6K or hanggang 5K lang? Answer is hanggang 5K lang. No? So only, therefore, nung ma-recover mo siya later on, out of 6, ang taxable lang is the 5,000. Only 5,000 of the 6,000 recovered would be recognized as gross income in year 2. It was only to this extent that the taxpayer benefited from the write-off. So remember the rule. At ang tawag dyan ay tax benefit rule. If something is recovered later on, it will only be taxed up to the extent you benefited from it originally. Okay? Now, the last part is tax refund or tax credit. Pag naka-receive ka ng tax refund, okay, taxes when refunded or credited, pag related sa business or profession, part siya ng gross income. Like refund of French benefits tax. In the year of receipt, not to the extent na meron kang benefit doon. Okay? So the rule pa rin is tax benefit rule. Kaso lang, may mga tax refunds na hindi taxable. Ang dahilan, in the first place, sila naman kasi ay non-deductible. So anong tawag sa rule na to? Wait lang. Anong general rule natin pag may tax refund ka? Income yan, taxable yan. But there are kinds of taxes na pag naka-receive ka ng refund, hindi sila taxable. Because in the first place, ang rason, hindi naman sila deductible. So anong tawag sa rule na to? What do you call that rule? That's called what? Tax benefit rule. Okay? Tax benefit rule. So hindi ka matatax pag na-refund mo or na-recover mo kasi in the first place naman, dati, hindi naman sila nabawas, di ba? So what are they? Number 1, yung income tax. Kasi yung income tax naman, hindi naman siya minaminus sa gross income, di ba? Right? Except for FBT. Kasi FBT is deductible yan from gross income. What does FBT stand for? Stands for French benefits tax, which will be our next topic. Okay, may module na rin kayo doon, no? So, we have income tax imposed sa foreign country. Kung yung taxpayer na-claim siya dati na tax credit. Okay? So, hindi mo naman dineduct yan dati. Kasi claim mo na tax credit. Estate and donors tax. Hindi naman deductible yan. Special assessments. VAT. Penalty, fines and penalties due to late payment of tax. Final taxes. Okay. Capital gains tax. And even stock transaction tax. So sometimes you really just have to memorize. No? So memorize nyo muna yan. Pero the underlying principle is the reason why they are not taxable when you receive a refund from here ay dahil originally hindi naman sila na-deduct. Okay? You did not benefit from them. So that's in accordance with what principle again? Tax benefit. Okay? So, kamusta kayo, class? How are you? How do you find this subject so far? Kaya pa naman, Dexter, no?